Hello SonicUpdater fans, today we have some really good news and whatnot to explain a lot on Sonic 4 Episode 2, so let us begin! Alright, so, remember a long time ago where Baloo confirmed that Tails will not be available to play in single player by himself and you can only control Sonic? Well, here's what Baloo explained a little bit. There is a chance, and if demand is high, that he might release a DLC where you can actually switch from playing as Sonic to Tails. Now Baloo also explained the reason, another thing we can't do is get rid of Tails. We have to have Sonic with Tails in the same levels because all the levels are designed for both of them to interact with each other. So he is saying that if it is possible that if you take lead of Tails, you still are able to finish the levels without any problem. So he is saying, if possible, he might actually, the Sega team will actually make a DLC for Sonic 4 Episode 2 where you can switch from playing as Sonic to Tails anytime throughout the game. Which I think might actually happen since demand was high for Tails being available to play in single player by himself. And I don't know, I think it's a really good idea if they do that. Also, this news might not be really big for any of you guys or girls, but there is a Tokyo Joy Palace, sorry for pronouncing that wrong, but it's supposed to be an event where they showcase a couple of games, I guess, and they're going to be showcasing a demo for Sonic 4 Episode 2. I don't know if the demo is going to be the same that was represented in other past events, but all we know is there's gonna be a demo and there's gonna be autographs with Izuki. If you know Izuki, I think he was a creator of Classic Sonic, so if you ever actually get to go to Tokyo Joy Palace, you can try out a new demo maybe, and get an autograph with one of developers of Sonic. As for more Sonic 4 Episode 2 news, there has been a lot of Ken Baloo interviews all over the place. One interview though, which is pretty unique in my opinion after watching it, is of Destructoid reviewing Ken Baloo, and they're like asking a couple of questions and a lot of the stuff we already know, like the lock-on technology and whatnot. And this guy, I don't know, but he just makes me want to get this game right now because he, like, the way he he is excited, I can tell from watching this footage and everything. But what's really funny, at the end, he asks, will there be any appearance from other Sega characters like Billy and Egg Hatcher, which is a really, really weird question to ask when everything is related to Sonic. And basically, it just got awkward eventually around the end. So it was kind of funny watching this interview because maybe we will see other Sega characters since Sega is going to mostly focus on restoring their characters or whatnot, so we have to see what happens.
About bits and clouds and megabytes and the Windows versus man, that's the future. Jesus Christ, you just blew my mind.
Now we're gonna switch from Sonic 4 Episode 2 news to something really interesting I have to read to you guys. Okay, so Cheat Code Central they created an article and they went to PAX East and they obviously just talked to Ken Baloo or whatnot. And what they wanted to know though was not Sonic 4 Episode 2 news, but they want to learn what is the future of Sonic and what can we expect. So here is a quote that that was in the article. Okay, they did say that Episode 2 does not end the Sonic 4 story. Instead, they are taking Sonic games one at a time. If Episode 2 does well, Episode 3 will come out. After that, Episode 4, and so on, until they get to the point they're ready to develop Sonic 5. The rep speculated this wouldn't be until Sonic 4 Episode 4 happens. So that is just, I don't know what Sega is expecting, but I think they're expecting a lot of money coming from Sonic 4, and they're actually going to make Sonic 5. But to be honest, I'm going to be really honest, and coming from a Sonic fan, I'm not so sure about seeing a Sonic 5 or 6. I'd really rather just focus more on the 3D games at the moment, because I think those games are more fun. Like, don't get me wrong, I love Sonic 4, and the gameplay and everything, it's all fluid with me, even to Episode 1, and that's coming from me, and a lot of people will probably hate me for doing that. But I really just don't want Sonic 5 and Sonic 6. I want them to be more focused on the actual modern Sonic. Like, modern Sonic is more meant to be 3D than just 100% 2D. If they did that with Sonic 5, like switch from 3D and 2D, I'm okay with that, but just, I don't know, they need to focus more on what the past, what the future is right now. It's not all 2D anymore. But nonetheless, it's still cool news. I'm just happy they're still making Sonic games. So that's really good news. As for another quote, this one says, further Sonic titles will probably continue to use the fusion of 3D and 2D gameplay Sonic Unleashed, Colors, and Generations have used so far in the past. Sega is also aware that Sonic fans want to see more old-school conflicts between Sonic and Robotnik, so they don't want Sonic, going through those time, space, and, fantasy world, or other dimension story. They want Sonic to actually be fighting Robotnik. Like, in Sonic Colors, that was a little bit presented, showing that, Sonic is pretty much going against Eggman. Generations was a little slow on that. It was more on Time Eater, and they found out at the end it was Robotnik, so it wasn't really a big thing. And, but besides that, I don't know, I think they should focus more on Sonic and Robotnik, also known as Dr. Eggman. They should show that those two are basically enemies till the end, and they need to keep on fighting. They can't just keep, like, so like Eggman makes something, gets betrayed, and then you have to fight some monster that Eggman awakened or created, and that's not really a relation with when it comes to the rivalry. Continuing the quote, speaking of furry friends, Sega also seems to have figured out that Sonic the Hedgehog has reached a critical furry mass of supporting characters, so a lot of Sonic friends, which a lot of people do not like. The booth reps said that they want to shift the focus of Sonic games back onto Sonic himself. Although Tails was added to Sonic 4 Episode 2, the focus still remains on Sonic and Sonic-style gameplay. This holds true for mainstream titles as well. Sonic will always be the main character, and supporting characters will be slowly introduced as if the games are starting all over again. So it'll be like how Sonic 1 started. It'll start as Sonic is on his own, and then his friends come back slowly and slowly as Sonic progresses through his modern era. So the modern era is still fresh and clean, and it's still going to be happening. Basically, the thing is, though, a lot of people are saying that future games will have different characters. And back in 2008, Ken Ballou said when he demoed Sonic Unleashed the very first time, someone asked if there will be other characters playable besides Sonic and Sonic the Werehog, or at least seeing other characters. And Ballou said Knuckles and Shadow would be in-game characters. And what happened? They weren't. Like, even in the coding, you couldn't find any models or anything that was secretly hidden that showed that Knuckles and Shadow would be in this game. Either maybe it was a last-minute thing, or Ken Ballou just didn't know much of the information, just lied to us. But for now, we don't know for sure what is the future of Sonic, but this is all we have, and I'm just saying I think the future of Sonic is going to be good. Hopefully, what my wish game for Sonic is Sonic Adventure 3. I really want a Sonic Adventure 3, like, with maybe, I don't know, maybe a new character, but not so much. More of, like, I want it to be like the conflict where they had in Sonic Adventure 2 with Sonic and Shadow, and maybe add Silver to the story. Now, I don't know for sure what's going to happen, but let's hope for Sonic's future is a good one.
Bringing back the Sonic and Knuckles lock-on technology?
And that is all the news and updates we have today. See you next time for more SonicUpdater news. SonicUpdater, over and out.